Welcome to the Seahawkers podcast. I'm your host, Clinton Bonner. I am joined by my very good buddy, Mr. Adam Emmert out in Montana. Adam, we have got some fun tonight for these flockers, for the 12s out there. There is a lot of consternation, a lot of conversation out there. Is Jalen Milroe any good at football at all, Adam?
Yeah, it's interesting. And so we decided that we would go through and break down each one of his passing reps here. And we're going to go, there's quite a few of them. So it's not like we're going to get into them and break down the minutia of exactly what defense is out there, what personnel groupings, all of that. Like basically what we're going to do is go through these plays rather quickly and just see, hey, like, was that a positive rep? Was that a neutral rep? Or was that a negative rep? And basically, as complicated as we want to make quarterback at times and all of that, a lot of it is like, are there guys in your face? Are there guys open? And if the answer is no to the first one and yes to the second one, you should be able to find a completion out there. If the answer is no to those to the first one, and like or yes to the first one, there's a dude in your face, and no to the second one, well, good effing luck. I don't care if you're Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, like anything like that. So we're kind of just judging it on that standard there, and we'll see how this goes because we're going to try out some new stuff here, and I think this is going to be fun because Clinton, I'm not on the socials. I don't do the socials really, all that. You said you had seen a certain amount of conversation regarding Milroe's first game here in the preseason.
Oh, man, it was a gigantic dial, a huge spectrum all the way from he's absolutely trash and he needs to go, which is like bizarre as seeing as like he's a quarterback. He's in a perfect system that will allow him to mature, learn with great coaching, with zero pressure. Really, he's probably not getting into games because we have a competent backup and a good starter all the way. So that was one end of the spectrum is he's trash and should go now, all the way to the dude had absolutely no time. And basically he didn't do anything wrong in this preseason game at all. So that's a pretty big cone of what's the hurricane thing they give you? The cone of
uncertainty.
Uncertainty,
yes.
right? Yeah. So we're going to examine, we're going to do the work here to actually look and see, all right, is that cone of uncertainty justified at all? Are people being too parabolic on both ends? And is Jalen Milroe progressing? That's also a big thing. Year two, is he progressing? So we're going to get into it. But before we do that, remember, subscribe. We keep charging. We keep adding subscribers on YouTube and for out on Twitter, on X, follow there as well. But drop the comments, drop the likes. It drives the algorithm absolutely bananas in all the good ways, Adam. So let's drive our flockers bananas in all the good ways. Let's dive into this Milroe tape, buddy. Take it away.
All right. So kind of to start out with here, like just a couple of things that kind of keep in mind as we're going through this. Number one, we're going to do my infinite screen share here.
Nice.
But, when I pull up the screen mirroring here, and if I just hit this button right about there,
look at that. It worked. It worked.
We got it.
And I think with that, sorry.
Yeah, nailed it. All right. Very good. You're going to see the watermark on this because this is going to be our first time trying this. And I'm not paying for the software if this is going to be a disaster. So there's that. Also, do be sure to like and subscribe because there's a good chance this gets demonetized.
Correct.
So if you like these all 22 things, definitely check that. Also, I just wanted to say to the NFL, hey, NFL, look, we are not stealing your money because, if you're the NFL, by us showing all 22, that's going to get some people out there that might want to be a film junkie themselves to sign up for NFL Plus or maybe NFL Pro. And what that does for you, NFL, that equals money. Okay. So we're not stealing from you. We're making you money. So don't demonetize us, please. So
Adam, I like that you're showing off your newly equipped skills brought to us by Video Pencil, of course. So, hey, if it's going to be on screen, might as well treat them like they are. But
there we go.
Beautiful. I'm excited for you to give me some John Madden-esque emotions and everything else here.
Yeah.
But let's start. So give us the totality before we dive in so folks have an understanding of the volume. How many snaps did Jalen drop back to pass in this first preseason game versus the Cowboys?
Don't know. Didn't count them. So what I'm going to be relying on you for is to, as we go through these, just keep track of
Okay.
plus, neutral, or minus,
I
right?
have a pencil and I have a pad, so I'll do it.
Very good. Well, this first play that we're going to talk about here, Clinton, this actually was intended to be a run play. We got let's see, what do we have out here? 12 personnel with the 2 tight ends and 1 back. Royo in a short motion. We did snap, and then
Oh
no,
boy, I
oh
see
no,
something.
there,
Yeah.
yeah, there's Jalen. He's on his belly. Do you want to play quarterback on your belly, Clinton?
No, if you're playing Hungry Hippos and you want to go grab that last little pellet, that's a
Right.
pretty good position because I think Milroe's about to do the Hungry Hippo on that ball I see there,
He
dude.
does. He gets out there. He reaches out and snags it right there. And so he's got the ball there, but that equals boo. Boo. We hate that. That's no good.
Negative.
This is a minus, my friends. So
Okay.
not a lot to talk about there. You got to be able to secure the snap. Is that on Olu? Is that on Jalen Milroe? Hard telling, not knowing because they were under center and it's tough to see. But
Oh, no.
we're going to put that as a negative on Jalen's tape there.
Fair is fair.
All right, so here we go. We're in the gun. We got Halani in the backfield. Looks like we got 11 personnel here. The 1 tight end with the Arroyo at the top and 3 receivers. And so let's see him here. He's going to take the snap. Boom. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 on the drop back there. 4 hits his back foot, and he's ready to rip this. Where is he going? He's looking to me, Clinton, right down the middle of the old field ski here.
Seam to seam. Okay.
If we're looking down the middle of the field, where are we trying to go here? Well, that's because he's looking for some more Bobo, and he's going to come over and sit down right over the middle here. So we watched Bobo. He's on the inbreaker, and watch the little bit of anticipation here from Jalen Milroe. Bobo is just starting his break right here. You can see Bobo just starting his break, and we are just now separating our hands if we're Jalen Milroe. And if I can get the little dial to work, and ball is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, ball out, and think right on target. Bobo makes a great catch while getting crushed past the first down marker. First down, Seahawks.
Well, that is a 12-yard gain. Adam, I'm going to go on a limb and say that's a plus in my book. Yeah.
That is a plus.
Big
And here's
plus.
why it's a plus, Clinton. Here is the end zone angle here. And we're going to watch here after that 1, 2, 3, 4. Ball out, but watch the back stripe of Jalen Milroe's helmet right here. Okay. All right. Watch what he does right after he gets the ball. Where's he looking?
He's looking a little bit right here. He's looking the middle linebacker off to the left a little bit, holding his feet a little bit left of screen there.
That's right. So he's got his eyes locked on 45 there. And why is he doing that? Because he knows that Bobo's going to be coming into this void. So what he's trying to do is hold this linebacker right here to keep that space available to throw the football. It works. The second he snaps his head, snapped head, ball out. Boop. And then look at where he puts the ball.
Nice and high in away from the corner or whoever that was guarding Bobo, but plenty of space for the linebacker. No time to crash down on that or try to deflect it or pick it off, but also high for a target, not high that he can't go get it, and not a murder, death, kill ball, just simply a nice high ball that only Jake Bobo can come down with.
And he didn't have to leave his feet for that ball, right?
Like, well, Jake Bobo's like 6'3", 6'4".
Like,
so
why are we jumping? Why are we jumping? We don't need to be jumping.
A little pizzazz.
Take a little bit of an extra hit here. But we talk about Jalen Milroe, and the big knock on him coming out was the accuracy, right? From this tape, as we go through it, you're going to see, boys and girls, the accuracy issue, that's been cleaned up. Now we're just talking about ball placement because there's a big difference between accuracy and ball placement. Accuracy would be, can you get it to Bobo anywhere in his catch radius? If you get it to over here, accurate. If you get it to over here, accurate. But ball placement, man, we're trying to get it so that it's in the exact right spot for him.
Brought to you by Video Pencil.
Yeah, by Video Pencil. But you get the idea there. Perfect. Ball placement was excellent on that. This is a massive plus for Jalen Milroe.
Nice and nice zip, right? And again, the read hits the back foot, takes one extra beat to let it come open, zips it. 12-yard gain. We like 12-yard gains.
We like 12-yard gains. They're not as good as 21-yard gains, as Correct. Mike McDonald would say. But yeah, that last ball, that was a piss missile, man. He threw that on a frozen rope, right? On a 12-yard gain over the middle of the field. All right, so here we go. Next play. And unfortunately, the all-22 doesn't give us down and distance anymore before each play, which, hey, NFL, bring that back.
Yeah.
That's nice. We'd like to know the situations. But here we
Cool.
are under center, back in 12 personnels. We've got 2 tight ends to start on one side here on the strong side of the formation. So we got Arroyo in motion. Now we're balanced out. And one of the other things that we're going to assume as we do this, Clinton, is that we're in a Kyle Shanahan type offense.
Yes.
Or Shanahan offense. That's a pure progression type offense, right? So there's a predetermined, this is going to be your 1, your 2, your 3, for the most part, despite what the defense is doing for you, as opposed to a read defense like Kurt Warner really liked to play, where he's looking, okay, we've got, numbers over here and that sort of thing. I'm going to read this side first, this side second. So we're going to assume that wherever Jalen Milroe is going first with the ball with his eyes is correct, because he's a smart guy, he's a professional, and he's been studying this.
I agree.
All right. So here we go. Under center, balanced formation, and we've got play action. Nice little play action here by
to the
Jalen.
boot. Play action to the boot.
All right. So what are we going to get here? So our receiver here on the bottom, he's going to try, Cody White, he's going to try to get outside and kind of fade to the sideline here. We've got Foster Jr. He's going to be coming over. And then whoever this is here, they're coming on an over as well, or a crossing route as well. So basically, we're going to try to cut the field in half and just have 2 reads here for Jalen, because basically it's here and here. This is where you're trying to go. So as we're looking, as he's booting off here, we can see Jalen. Where is he looking?
He's looking sideline right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's clearly his one. He's looking at Cody White here as the one, and we watch Cody White. He's got a zone defender that he's going to try to get past, get some illegal contact downfield. It's not called. Who knows why? And then he gets past the defender and has a step of separation for a beat. But you also have the safety drilling down here. And whether that's going to be to drill down on Foster, or if Jalen were to throw this ball, maybe flip his hips and try to get in for the pass breakup, that means this is dead. Like nothing here. So Jalen sees that. And right about here, so he takes about another 2 steps after seeing, nope, that's dead, goes to number 2, which is Foster Jr., and now he's no longer open because this safety had buzzed down to right here. Nothing there. So then he goes, as he continues along here, he goes to 3, which is this backside tight end here. And wait, does that backside tight end, Clinton, do you want to throw that football?
From your position, typically not. It's if you've got an absolute hose, then yes, but typically no, I don't think.
Yeah, so this would be back across your body in the middle of the field. These guys equal bad. We're not doing that. We're not throwing there. That's going to get you in big time trouble when you get back to the QB room. So Jalen's been told, use your legs, be a weapon. He goes out there, runs, picks up about a quick 3 yards there.
All right. So the only thing I think people will call out here, whatever grade you give this, is I know the 1 was Cody, because you pointed out he's looking that way, but could he have processed to Foster sooner and got something with Foster, in your opinion?
Okay. So from the other angle, it's a little easier to kind of dissect that, but let's see here. So here's the boot. We just faked the handoff, right?
Yep.
We're 1, 2, 3 steps in. I don't think that Cody White has declared one way or another if he's going to be able to stack this DB.
Right.
So now hips are even, we're leaving. That's what we say with these wide receivers coming down. He also then right there, that's when he's got to make this decision and see where this safety is. And since the safety has been playing so far this outside, I'd have loved to get off of this a little earlier.
Yeah.
I can understand why it took a second to get there. But because it takes just a beat to get there, then you've got that other safety driving down, and now you got to run.
Okay, so I wanted to get your gauge on that. If you felt like, okay, if it's processed just a hair quicker, could Foster have been the guy peeled off as the 2? It appeared to me that he could be, but also it was split second. And once you missed it, you got to be prudent with the ball and not force it.
Yeah, we can't just play these in real time. That's for sure going to get us demonetized. So, you got to remember, all of that happened in less than a second.
Yeah, of course.
Right? But yeah, if he could right here get off of 1 and get to 2, because
but this angle, yeah, because that's Cody there on the Seahawk, yeah? Or is that
No,
Monty?
that's Foster Jr.
Oh, that's there.
Uh,
Okay, and he's not
Cody's out
covered.
here.
All right, okay. I got betwixt. Yeah, right there. I'd love for him to fire that ball, but again, so okay, we saw it a couple of angles.
Yeah.
What would you grade this then? Because it looks like
I,
Foster could have been hit, but
I've
not
gone
an
back and forth on this, whether it's a neutral or a positive. But look, man, he's trying to hunt for the big play. That's what he's obviously being told to do. He's told to go there for one. If that's the case, then it does just make it so that it's just going to be almost impossible to get to two in the proper amount of time with as quickly as this safety up here
yeah.
reacted and came down. So I'm going to give this a plus. If you guys feel more strongly that this is a neutral, then we can give it a neutral. It's up to you, Clinton.
I'll go plus. I think, hey, it's still plus 3 yards. And I like this angle also showing because before from the sideline, it was like, oh, you could gun it into that third leaking tight end. But here you can see clearly, no, beyond going back across your body, now you get to actually see the width of that throw. And there were dudes there also, right? So plus is fine. It's not a screaming plus, but it's not a negative for sure. So plus is fine. It's not, it's a little better than neutral. So I'm good with the dude.
Okay, very good. All right. And there's a positive play. And really, plus is did you do your job and get the most out of it, for the most part? Like, a neutral to me is like, I mean, shoot, I don't know what the hell you were supposed to do, bud. Like, there's nothing there for you.
Right. It's almost like a null, right? Almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. Next play in the drive. And this is the drive that we get the missed field goal on. So we're out here at 11 personnel. We're going to see a lot of 11 personnel out here with Jalen Milroe and two receivers to the outside on the left, one on the bottom. And so let's see where we go here first. So we got a little short motion from Arroyo, return action. All right. So we're going to run a bubble here.
Your favorite play?
A favorite play. So from a Milroe perspective, clean catch, one step and fire, bink, right on Bobo.
In motion too for Bobo. Like no wasted time for Bobo. He plays it well, but as far as a bubble screen goes, that's exactly the best. He placed it exactly where you possibly could for what you're being asked to do in this play.
That's right. Now this could go for a long ass ways. If only.
Yeah, do we
watch
know who that
Josh
is?
Jones go up against 41 here?
Yeah.
If he could just do something, but instead he goes, "Oh no, ole!"
Yeah,
and whoop,
runs right by
by.
him. Yeah.
Bobo gets stuck, and bubbles do what bubbles do, which is basically
They
nothing.
burst. Bubbles burst, bro.
Oh yeah. So quick out. There we go. Right to bubble screen to Bobo. Decent play. When I'm grade the college guys, Clinton, bubbles are neutrals to me.
Right.
I just don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a bunch of credit for just doing something that I can do.
So let's call it a neutral. And he did what he was supposed to do with the play, but bubble trying to judge, did he play well with that? I mean, that's a throw any dude in the NFL should be able to make. So
extended handoff, right? Like, I'm not giving you a plus for a handoff.
Right. Okay. Fair by me.
Yeah. All right. So here we are. We're in the gun again, and we're back in 11 personnel once again, it looks like. And we got two receivers at the top, tight end as well. Let's see where we want to go with the football. If you're Jalen Milroe out of the gate, usually you're going to go strong side here with all of your weapons that way. And lo and behold, he's looking strong side, right? So let's see where we go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hits his back foot. Second he hits his back foot, Clinton, what happens?
There's pressure right in the pocket. So it's the right tackle. I'm not sure if that was Kite or whoever that is at this point. Maybe we could see on the next angle. But right tackle gives up the ghost, and he's got a bail from the pocket. He can't throw or step into that. Otherwise, it's just you can't do that. So
yeah, I mean, riddle me this, like boom. Like, you're going to throw it in that amount of time right there?
Well, there's also nothing open, right? So it's like there's 0 open also. If there was some check down that was already designed in, sure, then you have an outlet. That's not this play design. So what can Milroe do?
And he's been encouraged by the offensive staff to get out and use his legs a little bit more. He gets out. He tries to direct Holani here to go and get a block, and he says, "Nah, I'm just gonna run around and do nothing." And he tiptoes down.
I'm a check out.
Yeah, tiptoes down the sideline. First down, nice play, and I think the end zone angle shows just how much Holani couldn't care to go for the block, because watch Miller right here. Oop, there's your point right there, and he's pointing at the backer, and Holani's like, "What, me?"
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
This
and
thing, me, just me.
he's like, yeah, you. And he's like, nah, I'm good. Just runs that way. Milroe goes, gets the edge, tiptoes out of bounds. Nice first down run. That's a plus, my man.
Oh yeah, how could it not be, right? So dude in your face, escapes, and then tiptoes with some athleticism. Yeah, that's an absolute plus.
You bet. So back in gun, we're empty. We've got four wide with Arroyo being your fourth here as a tight end in the slot. So let's see what happens here. Balance formation. Which side does he want to start to read here first? So 1, 2, 3, back foot. We are reading to this side to the middle here.
Mhm,
Looks
mhm.
like we're going to good old Caller up here. So 1, 2, 3, step and fire. Boop.
Nicky K.
Oh, and look at the ball placement on this. The next angle here, man. This is where it's going to be at. So let's get to that. Here's Keller up here. He's going to come over and just have a little sit route over the center.
Yep.
Super common in the NFL. A lot of times you'll see a back do it, that sort of thing. But this is for first down yardage. This is a smart play. They run everybody off. You get a one-on-one with the linebacker right here. He freezes. And just look where he puts his ball, man. This is not a far throw. This is not a hard throw. But we talk about accuracy and ball placement. Boop to the
Great.
outside, opposite leverage of the linebacker here. That's an excellent throw.
Yeah, if that's inside, 42 has a chance to bat it away, tip it, which are all bad things, right? So
Yep.
that's exactly where that ball should be.
Yep. So that'd be a plus a Ruski to me.
That is a plus.
And
And
a first down.
this feels about right just so far because you said this was I think this is still the drive where Myers misses the kind of short field goal.
Yep,
And
for
my
sure.
recollection was like, no, the offense, but besides Drew's drive, the offense looked good on the Myers
Yeah.
missed drive too. So
Yeah,
so
it
far
was
so good.
Milroe's best drive for sure. Circumstances on the second drive made things a little tougher, but we'll get to that here in a minute.
Mhm.
So here we are. Again, we've got 11 personnel out there. We're basically four wide with Arroyo in the slot, one back. And let's see what we got going here. So Jalen takes a snap, 1, 2, 3, rock and fire, and immediate quick decision. He's going. This is his first read, clearly, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Like watch his head. Oop, immediately right over here to Cody White. And we're looking to see if Cody White can cross the face of this defender. If it's looking like he's going to cross the face of that defender, we're throwing that football. We're throwing it every single time. And I think the first down yardage is somewhere around here on this particular play.
Feels good.
So anyways, when does he release
the first down's right there. He's at the
Right
first
there.
down marker right there. So
There
this
we
would
go.
be a first down throw. I know
15, yeah.
I know it's not converted, but we're going through the process of was it the right read?
Right. And so, yeah, you got to trust your guy to a degree here. So his hands are already separated right here, right? Like
Mhm.
we're already
Oh, yeah,
throwing
he's
the ball.
throwing the ball.
Decision's been made. So this is before Cody White stumbles and doesn't take on the physicality of the cornerback in the way that you were hoping as a quarterback. He stumbles right here, comes out of his break, and then look at that. Even with the stumble, all of that good stuff. What happened? Ball is away and outside right there for Cody White, and he just can't quite bring it in.
Yeah.
He says he did. Look what
Right.
I
Yeah.
did.
This is the one
Yeah.
that clearly
Yeah.
bounces. I remember seeing this live and beyond believing Cody White for a second because I'm gullible. I remember being like, oh, that's a good ball. I remember just live being like, okay, he put that exactly where he was supposed to. And again, you could say, okay, is he supposed to make that throw? The guy's right there or not? But you went through it. He crosses the face. You expect your receiver to like you said, fight through some physicality. But then but if it's going to be a tight window like that, that it's on the quarterback to be accurate and give the receiver a legit shot. Adam,
Yeah.
that is an accurate pass, and that's a
Yeah.
legit chance for him to convert a first down right there.
Maybe the only reason, as a quarterback that you might be a little hesitant to pull the trigger on this right out the gate is the way that he did. DB's playing with inside leverage. He's not lined up out here. He's lined up a little inside, making it harder for Cody White to get across the face. But we expect Cody to do that because he's a big physical guy. So I like the rep. I like the process. It was on time, in rhythm, good ball placement. Any problems on this play were not a Jalen Milroe problem. I think that's pretty close, easy to see.
I agree. So is that a plus in your book as well?
That's a plus.
That's a plus. Okay. Well, so far this is like the flurry offense versus our third string defense on Hard Knocks. This is so far, just to give a quick tally, we have
Yeah.
5 pluses to 1 neutral to 1 L. So pretty good so
Wow,
far.
that's tallying up fast. I didn't know what it was the final count's gonna look like, so it'll be interesting to see. So, back in gun, I think this is the last play of this drive. I think this is the 4th down play, the 4th and 2. Let's see here. We take snap 1, 2, 3. Again, we're gonna talk a little bit about Jalen's footwork on some of these because that's my biggest takeaway from this that I don't love is that even
Mm,
these little shuffle drops on the in gun, like why are we here with our
mhm.
back facing backwards, right? How are we not twisted so that our
Right.
feet are more
Super
aligned this way
super
instead?
open, right? So the chest is facing really the goal line, and
Right.
as you're drawing it, my kid tennis is his best sport, so he takes some lessons, and very often he's out there with the coach, and the coach is like, he's like, you can't generate power. He's like, if I could see your chest and you're facing me now, there's times to be open. There's times where the
Of
shot
course.
will dictate I need to be open for this, but most times, no. And just like football for quarterbacks, it's going to be your legs. So the
Yeah.
position he's in, you ain't got no legs, man. You can't drive the way
Uh,
you intend to if your front is facing the end zone like it is right here.
Yeah, and it looks like our first read here is going to be out to Bobo, who looks to be running an out. Nope, it's a little return route, so you can watch Bobo pivot and then return. But by the time he does that, what's going on?
He's getting, yeah. There's 2 tackles that are not exactly doing their best
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
that's exactly right. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, top of our drop, top of our drop. This is his back foot, right
Yep.
here. Even though I don't like the way he's facing, we're
Oh
getting
yeah,
beat.
there's trouble. There's troubled water there. Jones, just to say very quickly, I love what he did last year. Love him as a swing tackle. I thought he was not very good this game, and it's a okay because when the chips were down, he was very good last year. But I did not think he had a great game as what is our 6th lineman that I in my brain can go, yeah, that guy could come in and could start for a lot of NFL teams. He actually had some tape like this kind of throughout his time on the field, Adam.
Yep, absolutely. So now that we know that Bobo's running this return route,
Yep.
you can't pull the trigger now
Nope.
and get it to Bobo. Cody White's not open. We're bracketed. So that's going to be no good. And color is flashed in your face here, getting around Jones. It is time to go. And so Milroe says, "Yeah, don't mind if I do." We step up in the pocket, little slipperooski, but then we get our feet again, and we have a Russell Wilson moment here, and we shot put the ball over. Little bit sketchy, little dangerous, but it works. That would have
Careful.
converted the 4th down if it weren't for the nice big old fat hold that Josh Jones committed after getting beat. Like that's the only thing that's worse after that is like if you actually hold. So he pushes him to the ground right there. You can
Yeah.
see he pushes
Yeah.
him
I
in the
just wonder if that's actually, I mean, he got beat and then he just shoves the dude in his back. I actually don't think it's a hold per se, but doesn't matter. I think
block in the
that
back then.
yeah, then call a block in the back. They're not calling that.
Sure.
So, I mean, because the guy's also going super wide on him. So you are allowed to ride the guy to the ground if he's going super wide on you as a tackle. But all this
Yeah.
being said, Milroe makes, lemonade out of lemons here. Didn't have a lot. Doesn't look pretty, but he finds Bobo. And if it wasn't for the flag, this be a great
Look,
conversion.
look how close that
I
is.
know. Yeah. Yeah.
There, the ball, man, like just, oh my goodness. Whoop.
Look at that. He
But
just flicks it. That's mine. He picks it up. I
yep,
love it.
yep. That's why you pay Bobo to come back here instead of go to Jacksonville. That was pretty sweet. All right, so that's the
More
end of his
Bobo.
first drive. What
Wait,
would you
wait,
give
but
that last one, Clinton? Because like,
it's hard. I don't understand how that's not a plus. Like, given what was
yeah,
coming off the left end there, he made the play.
the footwork was god awful. That's the part of it
I
that makes me go,
You want to go neutral?
oh,
Go neutral.
let's go neutral on
All
that.
right, that's
Let's be fair.
totally
Let's
fair.
not be homers.
Totally fair. It was creative, but the footwork to start wasn't good. One thing before we get to this last one, Mookie Alexander from Field Goals joined
Mhm.
Brandon and I for the post game. He did an awesome job for this game, and Mookie said something. I didn't catch it live and actually heard it later. He's like, hey, Milroe. He's like, he's really fast going forward. He's not very fast going backwards. And I didn't kind of register it when he said it. I was like, oh, he just means his dropbacks. His dropbacks sometimes are a little not clean, or a little, they feel maybe a little lackadaisical and not as crisp or choppy as you maybe want to see. And I know you were, picking that up as well.
Yeah, they feel nonchalant to me. Now, are you slow playing a drop to marry it with the routes? I mean, maybe that's happening. We don't know all the ins and outs there, but I do know this. They don't all look the same. And
Hmm.
to me, from what I've been told over the years, is that you want it all to look the same to make it that much more difficult for the defense. So, as a guy who's just entering year 2 here with Jalen Milroe, am I surprised that there's work to be done on the footwork arena of things when you've been working really hard on accuracy? No, I'm not surprised
Wait a
for a
second,
second.
wait a second. He came from Alabama and Ryan Grubb, so that he obviously knows about 7-step drops under shotgun, Adam. I mean,
Yeah,
under center, so of course he should know this by now, or
right, right.
maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see a 7-step drop or 2 out of gun, so that felt a little grubby.
That's
Uh,
that's getting deep. That's some arena league stuff right there.
That's right. But a lot of this too, remember, as we start our second possession here with Milroe, they got the ball like with 40 seconds, 38 seconds, whatever it was. So this is 2-minute drive. You're trying to push the ball down the field as far as you can in just a few seconds to try to get some points. So understand that when we see the play calling here and what Milroe is trying to accomplish, like
Yeah.
that's something that context matters here, right? So
Well, they're trying to get in the field goal range to give Myers a chance before half, I think, from this situation is the nut of it. Is that correct?
that's correct. Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna see a lot of 11 personnel on this drive, and with Arroyo in there, we got him down here and Holanian as your back for pass pro. So here we go. We're gonna take the snap and let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's about to get blown up.
Yep, and he hits his back foot, and we've already lost.
Yep.
Heart's already lost out here. Like that's tough. I don't care if you're Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Dan Marino. It don't make no. Never mind. You're boned right there if you're a guy who can't run. But Jalen Milroe is a guy that can run, so he's not completely boned. He steps up, breaks a tackle there, breaks a second one because that next lineman gets a hand on him as well. And now this is exactly what he's been waiting for and what all of his coaches have been talking about. Look at all of that
A lot
green,
of
green,
green, a lot of
beautiful
green.
open grass. And Milroe makes them pay. So he gets out, big long run, the most electric play for the Seahawks offense of the night, and it gets us out to about the 50.
I mean, I know we're going to see this angle here too, to see Hart get beat cleanly, unfortunately. But I mean, how is this anything but a plus given the scenario? He's got a 20-something yard gain while he could have been yanked down for a sack and then escapes another guy on coming off the other end. Got to be a plus, yeah.
Yeah, I this is a massive plus. This so it's one thing to be able to step up and make the first guy miss here, right? And the two ends collide here, boop behind
Yeah.
him. But look at what happens with 95 here as he comes in. Watch
Yeah.
watch this explosion out of Milroe. Ah,
Yeah, he tries to
get
get his
out of there.
left paw on his other shoulder, and Milroe is still, even in a compromised position, he can still contort his body in a way
Yep.
and accelerate.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, it's special athlete type stuff.
One of the things that makes him special, right? So so here we go. This is after a penalty, and we start to get into second and forever and third and forever as we go on this drive. Which again, now the pass rushers, they know to pin their ears back. So we got Bobo in motion, and boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right when he hits his back foot. Oh, Rook, stupid catfish rookie. Look at this. Bo Stevens already beat as Milroe hits his back foot, and we're trying to push the ball downfield. I mean, we got receivers 20 yards downfield already, and these two are actually going to kind of like muddle to the middle. I do not understand these routes up top here, but I think what it's trying to do is just kind of like don't do that. Don't do that either. Let's see if I can stop
If I make
screwing this
sound
up.
effects, does it make it better? If I make
Whoop,
some, yeah.
whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. All
Yeah,
right.
it's fine.
So yeah, at this point, there we go.
Well, maybe like what you're pointing out there too is maybe if they are funneling, that they're looking for a gimme over the middle, like to get the dump to create a little space
Yeah.
and go get as much yak as you possibly can by trying to draw those wide receivers to the middle. It's my only guess.
That's right. So I think that's probably the idea. So he can't even begin to process his first read as Bo Stevens is beat here. So he does what he can do. He steps up. Now, honestly, he hits that back foot. If you see that color already, you see him getting beat like that. Can we just abandon everything up here and
Right.
get to Bobo?
Yeah. Yep. Bobo's,
Like,
and that's the thing. Bobo, I think the play is sucking those dudes in. You got a couple of linebackers drop super deep because of the time and place. Get it to Bobo, let him go stumble for 6 or 7 more yards and get in the play.
yeah, and we all know in 2 minutes the defense is going to play to not let the ball get over their head,
Yep.
right? And I've listened to some of the greats talk about 2-minute drives and all that, and it's about just kind of getting chunks. But like, if it's going to be underneath where you hit a guy who's got all that space out there, go there.
I mean, look,
So
it's the NFL. That space will close really, really quickly, but it's still the right place. You still got to make a tackle. And if he converts there, Bobo's probably getting to about midfield. That's
yeah,
probably where he ends up, which is super positive in this situation.
it would be, and make your next down and distance a lot more manageable. But again, he's being pressured immediately. These are a lot of decisions to make in about a second. He steps up, gets out, and then ends up getting sacked here. And again, this whole time it's like, just flip it to Bobo, just flip it to Bobo,
Yeah.
just flip it to Bobo. And you think it looks like he maybe thinks about it right here, or
But
at least throw it at his feet.
but who was the Vikings guy last year that threw the ball directly to Ernest Jones instead? The rookie that he was supposed to be Brosmer, the Bro Show. Because I heard all week before that week that he was just going to be the next Sam Darnold, and that was it. The Vikings were fine.
Yeah.
Then he wasn't. So at the point he's thinking about it it's just a little too late.
Yep, it's a little too late. And look, I'd like to not take a sack here. I think there was opportunity to get the ball away and at least get it incomplete, because basically, your order of operations when you're getting that kind of pressure early is the best outcome would be a completion. That's super highly unlikely in that scenario. Next is an incomplete. Next is a sack. And after that is a turnover, right?
Yep.
So let's not take the second to the worst thing. Let's get to at least an incomplete. I'm gonna give him a minus on this because I think he could have kept the sack off the stat sheet for his offensive line.
I knew where it was going. I had a minus in the book before you said it.
Okay, very good. But still, tough rep. Tough rep.
Oh, absolutely. Look, there's plenty of dudes who don't even get as far as Milroe got, but there's also other dudes that would have checked that down, a good half a second earlier, and Bobo would have gotten 10 yards.
Yep. And I think of this whole drive, my number one takeaway is like, hey, they're going to build that picket fence. They're not going to get beat over top the Cowboys. So let's just get to our check down and take the free yards. And, again, beginning of his second year. So like, he'll get there. All right. So back in shotgun, another 11 personnel play. We get to our back foot. We even get like a little hop here. We get to our second read. You can see now we got to our third read. So we can see our first read is over here. We're looking out this way. This is going to be an out. I don't like the way that corner's playing to throw an out, like with underneath like that. That looks like a for sure pick six.
Pick six territory. Yeah,
let's not go there. So we don't. We get to our second read, which is right here. And I believe the second read should be over the middle here. There are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 Cowboys converging on that area. That's a big fat no, thank you. So by the time we get to 3, which is now, I think he's trying to look to Montori here. Pocket's starting to collapse in on you. Could you pull the trigger right now and hit Montori? Maybe, but as you can see,
yeah, I'd say yes. I'd say you could.
It would have to be right now, right where, because that's after he hitches up. Have to be right now. And watch the D end here. He's already had a spin move. If you pull the trigger, boy, I think he's probably getting your arm.
I'd love to see the other angle when we get there too.
Yeah.
I think just looking at that, and again, we're slowing it down. We're freeze framing it. It is, to your point, what you said earlier, why you spent time in the beginning. It's like, this is a progression based system. It is read number 3 with all that. If it's like, could he have fired it in there? I think he could have taken his chance and tried it, but let's see if there's a little more evidence here that this guy was in his lap even worse,
All right.
or
So
at his knees even worse.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But he's still
So
looking
that's
left
first
here.
read.
Yep.
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 Now
Okay.
we're
Now
getting
he's
to
on second.
2.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're getting to 3. So it'd be pull it
It's
now.
tight. It's tight. That's got a UCL surgery written all over it, to be honest. Right? I mean, to put your arm up there and you get it, tangled up with the dude. You could try it, but it would be, it's that pocket is collapsing for sure.
Yeah.
You are asking for it to get batted down or your arm to get clipped on the way up.
I'm going to give this a neutral
That's
because
fair.
I think you could pull the trigger there, but also too, like we got from 1 to 2 to 3. And when the first time you've had a clean pocket since maybe what second play of the game, like, so pretty sweet that he was able to do that, because I know a lot of people were talking about the processing and not being able to get through reads, and it's like, oh no, we got the 3 there. Should you pull the trigger there? Probably.
Well, if I don't know who the left guard is for Seattle in this one. I think it's who's 78 there. Whoever that is, if he holds up a little bit stronger.
Richmond. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's Richmond. If he holds up a little bit longer, then the pocket wouldn't have had the like crumple zone on him. But it's the third read, and at that point, Richmond does finally get beat. It's a pretty good rep until a little more sustain would be useful there, but it's not going to happen every play. It's fine.
Yep. But I don't think he was just holding the ball for no reason there either, right? Like to generate that sack for himself.
No, the first 2 reads were not open.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give that a neutral. Could have been better, could have been worse. Fair. All right, so here we go, back in the gun, and again, seconds are counting down here. Takes a snap, back the drop, actually has a beat to go to 1. And again, we're starting off on our left-hand side. We're looking out here. Are we looking to the flat or are we looking to the deep guy? I wonder. I'm guessing he's reading deep to short in this situation, because you need a shit ton of yards in a short period of time. Yeah. Would be my guess. So he gets a 1, or he can only look at 1. One hitch, and he's already got pressure from left tackle Josh Jones missing his block. Now we got to step up. We step up, and once we step up, like, this is my critique on this play. We step up, throw it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? Throw the football.
Throw it or run it.
We're looking right at him. And okay. So it was a little quicker than I thought that he got to that. So there you go. He threw it, got it to Arroyo. He gets out of bounds. They keep the clock running. We have to call timeout. And that's pretty much the end of that. But that's his first step on the back foot there. And he's got 1 hitch. And good night, Irene.
Now I wonder, we watched Hard Knocks episode 3, and there was that little bit of oddness with that conversation in the QB room where he's talking about it being a Ferrari in the garage and like, let it go, like let it rip, and not throw the ball, let it rip, like use your feet more. I wonder with the parting of the Red Seas there at the very, very beginning, if in the film room, they're like, Jalen, that's what we're talking about. Now, again, down, distance, we got to get to a certain area to try and get something before half. But I do wonder if once he saw it split, do they want him just, hey, go. You get a good path to probably go get 20 yards if you just take off once it splits like that. And there's no linebacker. It's completely vacated.
Yeah. I think this was 3rd and 1 million too.
Right. Okay.
For context.
Yeah. That's really important context.
Yeah. And as a whole, like, I want my quarterbacks to get the ball out of their hand and into somebody else's hand to do that running. Is Milroe special? Do we want him running? Probably. I don't think you're picking up the first down one way or the other. I mean, we could see the first round markers.
Right. Oh yeah. For sure. I mean, that is 3rd and forever. So that's good. Very good context. I do wish the NFL would just bring back the down and distance on these thingies, because they were useful.
Yep. So I believe that took us to the end of half. So I believe this is our first play of Milroe's second half here. And again, a bunch of 11 personnel, 2 receivers at the top. We're under center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hits the back foot, little shuffle step, and he steps and fires and throws a beautiful ball.
And was this the Foster drop to start the half?
It is catch the bleeping ball.
And he played pretty well. And still, that's a bad drop. Yep. But the the backdrop, the footwork, the shoulders, like everything there looks like, oh man, like you were saying, hey, if that should look similar every single time, kind of like a pitcher who's throwing a baseball. The changeup should look just like the fastball because that's how you get the batters fooled. Similarly here, Adam, the footwork and shoulders and everything looks perfect. And by the way, a big shock, he had a little bit of time.
Yeah, a little bit of time. Look at that. They, you know what I love? Pocket thingies.
Yeah, pocket
The only
thingies.
people that don't love pocket thingies are defenders. But what I love here is you can see Foster. He's just starting his break, right?
Yep.
And hands are separated right now. You can see that with Milroe. He's starting the firing motion, so he's already got it ripping. He throws an absolute strike, perfect ball placement, catch the ball.
Yep. The only thing here was he didn't catch it. Everything else, including the route, is exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, and then from the backside, you see just what a good ball it is. That's a giant plus for Milroe there. First read, decisive, foot and ground, a little bit of anticipation, not capital A anticipation, but a little anticipation, So we like to see that. I think that's growth there. And again, how many airmails have we seen, Clinton?
Zero.
All right, so we end up an empty, out of gun, and late in the snap, right before the snap of the ball. Good job by 27 here. He sneaks up to blitz. I think Cowboys bring 5 on this play, or it's kind of a mush rush on the outside.
Yeah, they got 5. Yeah, I think he's coming though. Yep.
And then
then he's dropping back.
off.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. But first off, when that happens, and it happens late in the down, both I believe it's still Hart out there and Bo Stevens, they've got to retarget, and they do a good job retargeting, right? Because the tackle takes 27, Bo Stevens takes the inside guy. There's only one downside to that. So Bo Stevens takes him on, dips his head, lets the defender get into his chest, and then what happens? Oh boy, you just get walked back there like you're a rookie. Look at that.
Yeah.
Like pressure right in Milroe's face, and that is right now is this top of his drop. And he's got a dude a yard away that's about ready to clean his clock. He tries to get it out fast, which is good processing because he knows that his outlet is down here. And so that's where he tries to get to. But by the time he does, unfortunately, dude's got his hand coming up in Milroe's chest there. So we got to throw off the back foot, which is where we had inaccuracy problems when he was in college, folks. When he didn't get his hips and his right foot through the ball, this is what it looked like. And when that happens, we hit the sideline.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, that's a good incomplete. Immediate pressure up the gut. Good luck figuring out what to do from there. And to just get it out, not take the sack, I think it's a good incompletion.
There's literally nothing you could do there. Like nothing. Okay. Yes, you want to be a little bit more accurate off your back foot as you're getting crushed, but at least it's out to the outside. It's not a ball that the cornerback, or if that's a safety or linebacker, could undercut whatsoever. So it's almost a little no harm, no foul. But what are you supposed to do? That Bo Stevens just lunged, kind of took a stab, and was just beat very, very cleanly, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to see that a few times on the film. Bo had himself a rough day. There's a reason he hasn't maybe done what we thought he'd do and displace Anthony Bradford to this point. But anyhow, I'm going to give that a neutral.
Okay. Yeah. Neutral, super fair. I mean, it's verging on plus. Obviously, if he completes that, it's a plus, because then it's a super hard one to be accurate with. Neutral's fair.
Yep. There we go. All right. So gut again, 11 personnel again. Here we go. It's his back foot.
Pocket thingy.
Decisive pocket thingy. He's going to rip it to his first read to Foster Jr. up top here. And he rips that thing on an out, about a 12-yard out. And it ends up being a completion, which is nice. We like completions. We like first downs. But what we don't like, Clinton, as we get here, not inaccurate, but the ball placement isn't where we want it.
A little inside. Yep, a little inside. So if the corner is a bit stickier or broke a little sooner on Monty Bear out there, it could be a little danger zone is what you're pointing out.
That's how pick 6 happened. Watch Milroe's reaction here towards the end of this. Watch this.
Yeah, he's starting to run back. He's starting to run.
Yeah, he's starting to run back. He does a little hop here.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, you see him at the bottom of the screen here, folks, because he knows, oh, no, I left that too far inside. Foster does a great job fighting for the ball, coming back to it, makes the completion. Uh, so I'm gonna give that a neutral.
Mhm.
That damn near a turnover, but it was a completion.
But it
It,
was,
what
yeah.
is what is, right?
Yep. Neutral again, that's total neutral's fair on what was a first down. I think it was a first down
For
conversion
sure.
on a nice outright by again. Foster, if he doesn't have that drop, and I know he had a some sort of offsides thing later or earlier too. If he gets rid of that drop, Foster's having quite a nice game on replay here.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. Under center, big 7-step drop, and at the top of our route,
Who's that? Who's getting why? Who's getting beat again? Is that Bo?
it is. It's well, let's see. Let's go back here. Yep. It's oh no, we got that's Hart who's
That's
getting
Hart.
beat.
Okay.
Yep. And tight end, that must be Vanette, 83. Yeah, Vanette. He's trying to take on the corner safety type there. He gets beat
He
too.
doesn't do good
Yeah, come on,
either.
man. Come on, man.
I'm
We
I'm
got
more I'm more concerned about Hart getting beat. Or not really concerned because both these guys are a fringe roster guys. But
yeah,
of the two, it's like I really just hate to see your lineman getting beat,
yeah,
cross his face on the inside there, and boy,
yeah. All of this, we hate it. Bad job. We can do better. So we hit our back foot. Now, who's open? Who's open? Where is he
uh,
supposed to go with
there's
this to not take a sack?
literally
Where are
no,
you?
literally nothing here. Nothing,
Yeah,
nothing, nothing.
yeah. This is all bad news. I don't like that. Like, we even still have a deep safety just kind of chilling, waiting to do something. Back leaks out late, but I mean, you're not going to get to him by the time. Yeah,
No, I
by the
mean,
time the
no,
pass rush is there.
no. This is just nothing. This has got to be a neutral, right? Because there's nothing you can do here.
Yep. This is definitely a neutral, because the sacks, I think, is one of the things that made a lot of people be like, I'm over it. He can't process what's going on here. Right. And it's like, well, is that true?
Hmm.
Like, no, he's processing fine. He's looking at that being like, don't turn the ball over. Don't do something stupid.
Yeah,
Eat the sack.
and to your point, if that's I forget who the running back is at that point.
Harmon.
Yeah, okay, so the running back, it's not like he's late or whatever it is, but he also didn't come across whatsoever. So like sightline wise, he's just
Yeah.
behind a wall of dudes also. So
Yep.
it's like he's not there. He's not open.
Yep. Not a lot there for Milroe in the offense. So and that gets you behind the sticks, and then things start getting really exciting as a player. So here we are again. We're gonna throw the football one more time here, boys and girls. We're going empty. Harmon goes
Mhm.
out to get trips on the right, and we're reading that bottom side of the field to start with here. So we're gonna hit our back foot now. And guess what? Oh my stars, we're getting beat catfish. Like it's instant. It's
Yeah.
instant.
I mean, he's the nice part of the area here that he has a little bit of ability here is the interior held up, so he can step up, and I'm assuming that he at least attempts to step up. I
Right.
forget how this one goes, but knowing Milroe, I'm sure he tries to buy a little time by climbing the pocket a bit.
Yeah. And so in this moment, as he hits his back foot and we're reading this side of the field, I'm sure he's trying to read the deep guy first and reading this top down because again, our first down's all the way over here.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
I don't know what down it is at this point, but we're needing some yardage
we
here.
need a
So
chonker. We need a chonker.
yeah,
Yeah.
because obviously if you're just looking at this and being like, well, how come we didn't go here? And it's like, well, okay. I mean, we're reading here first. So
Right.
let's see what happens after he reads there. And again, this all happens in about a quarter of a second. We got one hitch. He looks at that. He's still looking at this and going, yeah,
The dude's in a
I'm good.
parallel. He's in a literal parallelogram there, almost a pentagon. There's the fifth
Right.
side coming in.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't like those if we're
No,
as a quarterback.
we're not throwing there.
Now, after that second hitch and we've stared this down and we see all of those dudes out there, do we need to immediately get to the check down? Yeah.
We do. Yeah.
We do. So we don't get to it. We drop our eyes because we see our lineman come across our face here, although he's not blocking anybody, and we panic. There's no reason. There's no reason. This is still a good pocket thingy.
Yeah.
Just hang here. Just hang here. Let your guys work. So he gets out and then turns a nothing into a positive, this is why he's special. Gets outside of the pocket, hits Vanette, and we pick up a few yards here after there wasn't much there to start with.
Okay. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Clinton, I don't know. like get to our check. We need to get to our check down here. And not that we can see any of the receivers, but
But he
we've
should be.
already got back. All right, that's read 1. Listen to your feet, right? Like Sam says, you're ripping that to 1 if you think it's open. It's not open. So now we're hitching. Now we're to 2. Right here, we're to 2. But yet we're still looking at 1.
Yeah, and 2 was open as we saw in the the frame previous, basically.
Yep. And now we leave a clean pocket for like no reason. I mean, again, are we Shadur Sanders? Like, here we go. We get out, and then we make something good happen. I'm going to give it a neutral. Should be a minus, probably. Let's give it a minus.
Who's the receiver in the middle of the field that actually is coming open? So like he's flagging it there, right?
Oh, we got the mailbox up here.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if he hangs, like you're asking him to hang a little bit
Yeah.
longer, like shuffle the feet and don't take off. I do wonder if he had an opportunity when it was back here to be a bit of a backyard play at that point. But if you hang in the pocket, maybe there was an opportunity that he ends up not seeing.
Here's the thing about that. So this receiver up here, you talk about 84. He's running an inbreaker.
Oh, that's Henderson, I think. Is that Henderson?
Yeah, I think so. And so when we're looking at that, we're running right into coverage.
Yeah, and he's starting to go left also. So it's probably the last.
So now that Milroe starts to escape out the pocket, now because of scramble drill rules, you're going to see Henderson break and start.
Right, exactly.
And that's when he throws up the mailbox.
Yes.
Look, always open. Here I am.
Yeah, now he's
okay. Yeah. I've got this guy wants to kill me. That guy wants to kill me. I think I'll just go right
here. You know who would have thrown this ball and put it on a line?
I don't know. Caleb Williams?
Drew Lock. The hose would have tried it.
He would have tried it.
He would have
probably. But it's a positive play in terms of we get a completion, but
so what are you giving it?
I'm gonna give it a minus.
Okay.
I just feel like you need to get to that check down soon.
I agree. And this is the scoreboard's evening out a little bit at this point, but it's still again, remember that neutral is like, it doesn't even really register. It's not like, oh, it's neutral, therefore it's kind of bad. That's not what it means. Neutral means
you did your job, you're a professional.
Yeah, or there was nothing there you could have done, period. Right. So that's the other neutral. So okay.
So you did all you can do.
Yeah.
That's kind of where neutral is. All right, in the gun again. Let's see what we got.
A lot of gun, a lot of empty, and that was prevalent.
Yeah. Well, remember, he played primarily in gun, like exclusively in gun at Alabama, even before Grubb, and then he got tainted by Ryan Grubb. And so this is what he's most familiar with. So okay, let's throw him in gun. So then we go empty. We hit the top of our drop, back foot, and looks to be that we're trying to go middle of the field at 1, if I had to guess. And that looks like the first, because this is basically like maybe 3 or 4, because it's one of your underneath routes. But this is the first of your deeper routes that's coming open. Boy, I'm not throwing that football.
Nope. Shouldn't.
So he doesn't throw that, and he wanted to for half a tick. Pump fakes, steps up, and takes off. Picks up 2-3 yards. So let's look at it from the end zone angle, because I think that's a little more informative here. Again, remember, hard knocks. Take the Ferrari out of the garage, Jalen. The running is what makes you special, Jalen. This is what makes it so we can't play man, Jalen. We want you to run, Jalen. He sees one, doesn't like it. After he sees one, doesn't like it. The Red Sea parts.
Yeah.
You've been coached to do this.
I hear you. I mean, I think you and I would prefer, he's got 83, is just sitting there 5 yards, 10 yards downfield. He's open. He's got space. There's nobody there. Yep. It'd be nice to put that ball in his gut and let him turn around and get, 2 more yards.
Yep. Not only that, but you're facing zone, defender is facing you. So they're going to be able to track you down pretty quick, which they did. Right.
Yep.
And limited it to a pretty minimal gain here. But yes, I don't see the reason to bail from this pocket other than run, Jalen, take the Ferrari out of the garage, Jalen.
To me, this is one of the worst ones on film so far because I think the pocket is still fine. There's a pocket there. And I think he has an outlet just sitting right in his line of sight that he really just could have taken the easy yards that quarterbacks need to take in the NFL.
Yep. So didn't love that rep for Jalen. That's a minus for me.
I agree.
Okay. All right, last play right here, boys and girls. It is 4th and 2. They are going for a touchdown here to try to cap off this drive that the special team set up for him. Foster Jr. is actually going to run the same exact route that he ran for Drew Lock on the touchdown. He's just doing it on the other side of the field. So you're going to see Foster Jr. come, kind of bend it inside break it outside and then bend it inside. That's what we're trying to do. So he's going to come up, try to bend it outside, create some separation, bend it inside. And that's read one here for Milroe. He takes a snap, back foot. This is where we're going. We're trying to get to Foster Jr., but look what happens. This backer comes down.
It's a fortuitous bust.
Fortuitous bust. Okay, Sean. So he comes down and he does a great job, this backer, of getting up on the receiver to muddy the picture, but then also continue down to try to cover the back that's coming out of the backfield.
Yeah. I think the back coming out who does go basically ends up getting horizontal in a frame or two more is still interesting to me, but the cowboy that you're pointing out to certainly took away.
But we only get time for one read here, Clinton, because looky, what's going on? Oh, we're getting beat at right tackle again around the edge. So that's fun. So also watch Jalen's feet on this drop back. There we go. And boom, we're settled. He wants to throw it right now. He wants to throw it right now so bad.
I mean, yeah, you're at the 2-yard line, right? And I'm not making a Seahawks joke. I'm making everything's condensed down here. That's the timing that's when you want to get rid of the ball. Otherwise, it gets usually worse.
Yep. So we do this little foot shuffle. Watch his feet, little like rock front to back right here, just to try to buy him some time because he feels that linebacker coming downhill. Now he wants to throw it again, but by now, our other backer here has recognized it, and he's going to close. I guess it's a safety type. There we go. He gets in, closes the lane. But that time, you're getting harassed. We're trying to get out of the pocket. Cue the Benny Hill music.
Yeah.
We slip. Right about here, Jalen's like, "Fuck catfish my life. Hate this." And it's a sack.
Would not recommend.
Yeah, do not recommend. 0 stars. Zero stars. But yeah, you can see from the end zone angle here, he wants to throw it now.
I also don't love, hopefully, again, this vanilla stuff. You're not going to break out your best on a 4th and 2 in the first preseason game. But boy, oh boy, are we really seemingly purposefully with these routes jam in the middle of this field too. Like there's 4 dudes right.
And we're converging here. We're converging here. And we got dude man in the middle.
It's just like it's already a condensed space and you're not. Now, I guess the other antithesis of that is you go, well, then what do you want to do? Go throw a fade? Honestly, on 4th and 2, not really. I don't love a 50-50 fade on 4th and 2. I'd rather try to do a rub, get a guy open and scheme it. It just seemed like it just, you know what it seems like, Adam? It seems like it was covered well and they got pressure.
Yeah. And it also seems like if, the backer didn't take and kind of help out with Foster there right at the beginning, this is a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it looks just like Drew Lock's.
Well, Drew Lock has stones and threw it before Foster even turned it around. But he could not do that here, Milroe, because he was never open. So,
that stunk. All right, there we go. So there you have it, folks.
Cool.
That's all of Jalen Milroe that we have for you guys today.
Well, let's tally, shall we? Let's tally. All right, so let's give the volume first and foremost. I'm gonna count to myself with not allowed.
Okay, so Clinton's counting.
I think
everybody
it's 17.
Take a beat. This could be a minute.
Yeah, I think it's 17. Let me count that again. 4, 10. Yeah, 17. So 17 dropbacks. Yep. All right. Okay. So where do you think? How many pluses out of 17 you think we got? Pluses?
6.
We were 7.
7.
Which is not like you don't just divide this, folks, and go, 7 out of 17. He stunk. No, neutrals. We had 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are fine. Neutrals are fine. We're not mad about neutrals.
No, again, the neutral is in this exercise. He did everything he could do. Yeah. Right? It's not a negative. There was 6. So 13 out of 17 were either neutral or positive, leaving 4. And I think if you watch this, and thank you, hit the subscribe, hit the like. If you watch this so far, I think it was pretty fair. There were some neutrals that could have been positives. There was some negatives where they were positive plays, but we
Right.
think he made the wrong decision. So I
Yeah.
think you led this exercise in a really strong way, but 7 out of 17 purely positive, 13 out of 17 either neutral or positive. And remember, some of those neutrals he could not do anything about it.
Right. And if I'm looking at that and we grade it out that way, and if you guys disagree in the comments, please let
Yeah,
us
let
know.
please. It's great.
That
Let's
was
share
a
it.
productive day for Jalen Milroe. Lots of things to learn from, some positives, some negatives, some good no decisions, right? Like don't
Mhm.
throw that ball into traffic. Don't do this, don't do that. We didn't see the accuracy issues. We saw some getting through your progressions when heaven forbid the threes gave him a beat to do it, right? And I think that's a productive overall positive day for your third string quarterback at the beginning of his second year who hasn't seen live bullets in almost a full calendar year.
Yeah. The thing looking back on the exercise, which I think was super, super worthy. I hope people share this. Please put it out there back on Twitter. Share this with people. Take a segment, take a clip, and give it to some folks who might be screaming that Milroe's just no good at all. The thing that stands out to me the most is not just like, okay, this is pretty competent quarterback play. That's evident by what we just went through. And
Yeah.
I did not know what this was going to be. I didn't see this footage nor know what you were going to say about these. So that's my legit live reaction. The most important thing to me, Adam, is when his one was open,
Yeah.
he fired the ball to the one when it was open, read it the right way, and the placement when he had a little bit of time was good.
Yeah. And it leads you to believe that with maybe a different supporting cast around him, say, guys that they're okay at what they do, like Jackson Smith and Jigba, or AJ Barner or Shaheed, or be supported by a running game, or I don't know, maybe have tackles that are they're mediocre, I guess you'd say, with Charles Cross and Abe Lucas. Like, golly, it's just like with Sam Darnold, right? Like when he had
Yes.
garbage around him, not a lot you can do with that. He finally started to get some real coaching, real players around him, and real opportunities. And now he's a Super Bowl champion.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. We are all Super Bowl champions because believe it or not, the Rams didn't win the Super Bowl last year and they haven't been crowned Super
Still,
Bowl champ this year, although the media still likes to do that. But this was fun. Hey, we're going to put this out. We think Thursday night, maybe Friday morning at this point. We'll figure that out. But I say that to say we get another bite at this apple in a couple of days. In fact, we're going to
yeah,
get the Tennessee practice reports streaming in to see like, okay, that's going to be some really cool stuff to see what's happening in Tennessee. But then we're going to get a game Sunday where you could bet your bottom dollar we'll see more Milroe and we'll get another chance to see, okay, I want to see, is he going to quote unquote let the Ferrari out more, or are we going to block a little bit better for him this time around and he's going to even improve from here? My biggest takeaway when again Mookie was on with us with Brandon at the after show, I was
yeah,
like, hey, like I didn't think it was perfect, but markedly better from last year to this year,
yes,
like a big improvement. And with a team with 3 quarterbacks that just won the Super Bowl, that plays great defense, I don't know. I couldn't be more. It's not like happy. It's just more like this is the right pace to try to get Milroe to be a really productive NFL quarterback. He's in the perfect scenario to see what he can be. So let it mature and don't throw the baby out with one preseason game's worth of bathwater.
that wasn't poor. That
Correct.
wasn't poor, right?
Correct.
Because to Mookie's credit, what he said, his the way he described it, like there was some good stuff, but also too room for improvement in some spots. Like Mookie's spot on. Tape don't lie. We just went through it. And if you guys found this valuable, like
Yes.
again, we're not going crazy deep on all of these. If we did that, this would be a 5-hour video. It's already an hour long. If you like this, please do subscribe, share, and like, because we are likely going to get demonetized for doing this sort of content. And if you guys like it, we'd love to do more for you because I actually find it quite enjoyable. I really do think that it's a good time. Look, help us out if you can. And again, NFL, we're making you more money. We're
Yes.
making more fanatics and sickos like us to consume your products. So be nice.
Be nice. And Adam, I think with that,
There's only one thing left to say.
go Hawks.
Go Hawks.